Hello, it is August 15th and it is 1:13 p.m. right now. Okay, the person that I wanted to talk about right now is going to be Kelly from law enforcement. Basically, Kelly from law enforcement is has been literally every single day acting like a gold digger, but recently her actions have been very extreme in terms of sexually explicit pictures that she sent to me. The reason to this is due to the fact that June 24th was overanalyzed, and after June 24th was overanalyzed, we found out that my brain savant is literally the most rare and profitable in the world. Basically, let me recap a little bit on how we got to this reanalyzation of June 24th. Law enforcement had everyone literally already caught lying. For the Gritty Framer, numerous lies, including November 20th. The government informant said that she was fully involved in, due to which she was kicked out of the witness stand. She, till this very day today, is sending me ads for her abnormal looking ugly daughters all day night long. She cannot say that my brain savant doesn't exist, because then the common sense question is going to be, then why are you advertising this? My dad, the Greedy Framer, he not only tried advertising his own sisters to try to get me to commit incest with them. Recently, he's tried to tell me all day night long, till just yesterday, that he's going to find me a woman from his in-laws for me to commit incest with if I would give him illegal assurances of money. So he's not going to claim that my brain savant doesn't exist, because then the courts are just going to be like, sir, have you lost it in your mind inside there? Because literally there's some money you want from him. You have a 5-foot long beard and you're ruining your reputation by openly asking Isan through law enforcement if he's willing to commit incest with one of your in-laws, or a woman that you could find from your in-laws, in exchange for illegal assurances of money. So clearly you're ruining your reputation. There has to be money that you know that there exists. He's not going to argue the brain savant doesn't exist. Ibrahim, his mother tried to get me to marry his sister. They sent me $60 million blackmail price tags at least 8 times starting February 21st, and they're not going to say that my brain savant doesn't exist. So basically, yeah, there wasn't anyone to argue this fact. So they got people like Adamji and Maruk. Now, Adamji and Maruk were sent over by Abdullah, who made the group chat false testimony against me that literally almost gave me a life sentence. The thing about it is just the fact that Adamji and Maruk were already caught. So recently, on August the 7th, they got someone to deceive the courts in the trial. What they did was they get one person from pharmacy school, and they grab that person and they go and they take out one text that I ever made to that person. Basically, you're in pharmacy school, you want all the friends you can get. Someone asks you for your number, you're not going to be like, no, you can't have, you're not playing this popularity game over there. You want every friend possible. It's kind of like when I used to work at Home Depot, it was just like there was a guy named Shifi. He used to work as a lot attendant. Everyone was BFFs with him. You want the best. You want the best. Relationships with everyone there. So basically that is what happened. And someone asked me for my number, and I obviously gave it to him right away. I was like, yeah, sure. What ended up happening was that person only texted me one time in my entire life. One time in my entire life. I was watched the entire time I was there, and recently every single moment I was overseas was reanalyzed in order to try to find the bad things that they wanted to ruin my reputation with. They couldn't find anything. All they found was me studying all day night long and eagerness and keenness for learning. Well, anyways, so there was no instance of me talking to this person in person, by the way. None whatsoever. So this person, by the way, there was only one text that I made to him, and he's used the word Johnny, which means love, and I use the word Johnny back, which means love. Obviously, someone's going to be nice to you, you're going to be nice to them back. You're not going to be rude to them, even though it is the first time they're ever texting you, and you're not going to be awkward with them. Like, why'd you text me this? It's the first time we ever... And that was literally the last time I ever texted him as well. I only talked to that person one time my entire life. Adamji, what he did was he couldn't find anyone else to deceive the courts in this trial with. So what he does is gets that one text with that one word, Johnny, which means love, and he tries to use it to try to make it look like I used to talk to this person every night before going to sleep, share all my secrets with him, and everything like that of that sort. First, Adamji gets this person to teaches this person to deceive the courts into thinking that I was BFS with him and shared all my secrets, even though there was just one text at one time. And then Adamji teaches him all the lies, basically saying that I'm low IQ, dumb, stupid, bad exam taker, really terrible at prepping for exams, even though law enforcement has confessed that my brain savant was locked up the entire time I was overseas. Not only that, they used extreme amnesia drugs on me to make sure that I could not prep or even give my exams, making a miracle I was able to give all 108 exams while sleeping on the side of the streets and running on 2 sandwiches and a pack of ramen noodles for months before getting my degree with 0 loans, bringing back to my mother. Literally takes 1 English exam to sit in the board exams, and artificial intelligence has said that that it literally it's 1 day's work, less than a day's work for me to get more than 1,000 pages done for the board exams. And the English exam is so easy, I passed it in Saudi Arabia while being tortured. So basically now Adamji on August the 7th has been clearly proven and seen witness as being a complete total fabricator, deceiver. He deceived the courts in trial into thinking that this person, using one text that I ever made to him, one word, Johnny meaning love, he deceived the courts into thinking that I was BFS with him and I shared all my secrets before going to sleep at night every night. And then he deceived the courts into thinking that I was dumb, stupid, bad exam taker, low IQ, could not prep for exams, and really, really dumb and stupid, even though law enforcement has confessed that they had my brain savant locked up the entire time I was overseas. And that they also use extreme amnesia drugs while I would be in the exam room and while I'd be prepping for my exams, making it literally a miracle that I was able to get all 108 exams done and bring my PharmD degree with 0 loans back over to my mother after sleeping on the streets in order to do so. So basically, yes, that is what Adamji has been caught doing on August 7th. Well, before he was caught lying himself, what ended up happening was the people weren't absolutely 100% sure that he was incredibly envious of me and fabricating, until he was caught with a 5th person lying on August the 7th, basically fabricating every single thing possible against me. So before, what ended up happening was when Adamji was lying on his own, and people didn't know that these were lies, because on August the 7th, Adamji was caught lying and fabricating completely because he wanted another person to say these lies for him. He was playing the game with the courts in this trial, basically saying, I have been caught lying. This guy hasn't. He's giving a testimony, and Adamji would go to this guy on August the 7th, which would be the 5th guy, and tell him all the lies he wanted him to make to try to tell the trial, like, I've been caught lying. He hasn't been caught lying. He's the one giving a testimony. You have to listen to him now. So basically, before, what ended up happening was Adamji was lying on his own instead of getting another person, like on August the 7th, literally spoon feeding him all the lies Adamji wanted him to make on August the 7th. Telling him that these are lies, confessing that these are lies, and still handing it to him, only due to extreme envy of all what artificial intelligence has labeled my brain savant as being, and all these people running after me due to my brain savant. Adamji was caught confessing on August the 7th that these are absolute lies while handing it to a 5th person on August the 7th, and the only reason he was handing it to this 5th person was due to the fact that he'd already been caught lying so many times himself. So we just found out August the 7th he had extreme envy against me and my brain savant, and he was fully fabricating and spoon feeding someone lies against me, despite law enforcement confessing themselves that they had my brain savant locked up the entire time I was overseas, and used extreme amnesia drugs on me while I'd be in the exam room and while I'd be prepping for my exams, making it a miracle I was able to get all 108 exams done while sleeping on the side of the streets and getting my mother PharmD with 0 loans back over to her hand in October 2019. Well, anyways, what ended up happening was Adamji, before, when he was lying, was able to deceive law enforcement, literally walk them into a ditch. He told law enforcement and gave them guarantees that if they would overanalyze June 24th, and they would be found out as being a complete and total nothing. What law enforcement did not realize is they weren't reading the definition of a brain savant online, and Google clearly says a brain savant is a human being with superhuman powers. and it was not possible for a brain savant to be overanalyzed and be found out as having less capabilities than normal human beings. So law enforcement, due to their lack of being able to read, literally walked into a ditch that Adamji set them up with due to his extreme envy of me and completely lying over and over again, like how we saw Adamji confessing on August the 7th just recently and teaching someone exactly how to lie to make me look like I was low IQ, dumb, stupid, bad exam taker, all these things on August the 7th, confessing that he's fabricating and lying against me while making up all these lies against me on August the 7th is what Adamji was doing. Anyways, Adamji, before he's been caught confessing and lying on August the 7th, completely fabricating on August the 7th, completely confessing that it was due to extreme envy that he was lying on August the 7th, that I'm a bad exam taker, low IQ, dumb, stupid, terrible at prepping, as Adamji was heard confessing on August the 7th, despite law enforcement confessing that they locked up my brain savant and used extreme amnesia drugs on me, making it a miracle that I was able to get whole 108 exams done while sleeping on the side of the streets to get my mother back that PharmD degree with 0 loans. Anyways, before he was caught confessing due to envy doing all of this, he was able to lie on his own before he was caught lying himself and walked law enforcement straight into a ditch. Adamji convinced law enforcement by lying so repeatedly that they should overanalyze June 24th, and they did so. After analyzing June 24th, law enforcement found out that my powers were thousands of times more powerful than normal human beings. I can get something extremely dry like Aronball's medicinal chemistry with more than 1,000 pages done in less than a day's time, as artificial intelligence told law enforcement themselves after it was overanalyzed the data using artificial intelligence, and that getting more than 30,000 pages done in 30 days would be a walk in the park with someone with my brain capabilities of instantaneous photographic memory, innovation, and focusing. And artificial intelligence also told law enforcement that I also have innovation as a superhuman power, which means that getting something done like 5-hour energy drink that Manoj Bhargava got done in once in a lifetime, or getting one of these things done that human beings have literally one patent of throughout their entire life, and they literally run on the savings of and hoping that they get one done. I can literally do that every 30 days of my life, considering the fact that in 30 days time I could do more than 30,000 pages of something extremely dry like Aronball's medicinal chemistry. And I also have superhuman powers in innovation as well, and superhuman in focusing, which means that I do not need to take a single second's break while going through my work. So after having June 24th overanalyzed, law enforcement found out the truth, which was that I had been telling the truth the entire time. And the other thing is, I could not have been lying about it in the first place due to the fact that I'm not psychic, and no one told me what my artificial intelligence report was saying about my brain savant, namely certain details like the fact that my brain savant powers increase over time. No one told me about it. And basically not one person told me about it, and since I'm not psychic, I can't read the report while being here, so I had to be telling the truth about it. So basically this is what has been recently found out. Now, the reason I'm making this video is about Kelly from law enforcement. And basically Kelly used to be the messenger conveying the messages to me, and due to this fact, the fact that law enforcement has Kelly, they know for a fact no one told me details on the artificial intelligence reports on my brain savant, namely saying that my powers increase over time, which means that since no one even hinted at it, and Kelly is a witness to this fact, it means that I would have to be psychic to be able to know that artificial intelligence is reporting to law enforcement that I'm not only rare in terms of instantaneous photographic memory, innovation, and focusing, but also extremely rare due to the fact that my powers increase over time, which I could not have known the artificial intelligence report saying, since the messenger was Kelly, and Kelly would be a witness to law enforcement saying that no one even hinted at these facts, meaning that I am absolutely telling the truth. Now, the thing about Kelly is, Kelly has been going crazy ever since June 7th. June 7th, Kelly realizes that she's on the wrong side and that she basically wanted me to marry her and promise her that I would marry her. Basically, what ended up happening is Kelly on June 7th, on the night of June 7th, literally when the artificial intelligence report for May the 10th brain savant test comes out, Kelly goes crazy and tries to get me to force me to marry her, and she has been running after me ever since on a daily basis. Well, recently her tries of trying to run after me became very dirty, very, very dirty. And so I have to first show the courts exactly how dirty it had become and why it had been that way. So basically, yeah, it was extremely dirty, and the reason was absolutely due to greed for money and nothing else. Yes, it's true that Kelly would try to make it look like she's very thirsty using the ads, but if she was so, then she would have been running after other people as well, and yet she is not running after anyone else at all. So basically, this video is about her, and so just recently the kind of things that Kelly has been doing from law enforcement are insane. This is from less than a week ago, so today is August the 15th and this is August 9th. Okay, so basically the reason that it started off was due to the fact that due to the fact that June 24th was overanalyzed, due to which Kelly started running after me like crazy. And she sent me very dirty videos and pictures starting then as soon as June 24th gets overanalyzed. And I was already able to predict that, so I was able to predict that Kelly would get incredibly dirty with me and start sending me dirty videos. I made a video on July 18, letting the courts and the government know that Kelly was now going to run after me very aggressively, mainly due to the fact that Ibrahim was even advertising his sister to me on July 18 after seeing that artificial intelligence has marked my brain savant as being literally the most rare and profitable in the world. And Ibrahim was trying to advertise his sister to me on July 18, basically as a Ponzi scheme to try to force me to sign a marriage prenup agreement for his sister in order to try to get money out of me for his drug addiction problem. Basically, yes. And then obviously afterwards, I would run away from his ugly looking sister who's way too young for me. And he would try to get money out of me through court and trial, just like how he's sitting in court right now all day, night long, begging the person that he says is a bad person, me, to be marrying his sister, which makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Clearly showing or proving from facts and evidences that this is all due to extreme envy of money and also greed following it, due to the fact that not law enforcement, artificial intelligence has marked my brain savant as being literally the most rare and profitable in the world, giving me, one human on this planet, the highest probability chance of becoming extremely rich than any other human being on this planet, really fast. We know this for a fact due to the fact that there are only about 100 prodigious savants out there in the world right now, and I'm definitely number one, as the artificial intelligence report will tell you, in terms of profitability. And there's no way that I would know what the artificial intelligence report says unless if someone was telling me. But since Kelly was the messenger, she would testify that no one even hinted at some of the details on my brain savant, such as the fact that my powers increase over time, which means that I'm either psychic or telling the truth, and obviously I'm telling the truth. So after July 18, I made a video really quickly letting the government and the courts know that since Ibrahim was advertising his sister to me, that Kelly would definitely run after me very aggressively and very dirtily, and that's exactly what she did, and as dirtily as possible. So this is July 22nd, and Kelly is advertising things like this: a woman bringing a guy a birthday cake who's chained, and she's kissing him like that. This is also supposed to be a dirty ad. It's supposed to have a dirty meaning. If you just look at it's supposed to be the decorators, but if you just look at how it was spelled out, you would find out that it was supposed to be, in fact, dirty. Except for this, she would try to encourage me to get a credit card, use my credit card loan, get a credit card loan to go run around with her everywhere, and continuously send me these credit card loan ads to try to tell me that I should go run around with her all day, night long, to other places. And this Prada ad where the girl is tearing a page out of the journal to try to run after me all day, night long. Which continued coincidentally right after I predicted that she would do so on July 18, and me making a video of her, predicting that right now, really soon, Kelly is going to start doing this, and she did so, clearly proving from facts and evidences that she's only doing this as a gold digger and for no other reason why. And so, yes, and then these ads to try to get me to run around with her everywhere using a credit card loan was continuing. Her name, alias before used to be Olivia Rodrigo. So yes, this continued on over and over again for as much as possible. Now, the thing about it is I have to talk about what is and has been going on recently. So this is just after June 24th was overanalyzed, and she was continuously trying to ask me to go get a credit card loan and go with her. And but recently it's the same thing. She has gotten really dirty with her things due to artificial intelligence overanalyzing June 24th and finding the findings that it has, and her knowing very well that no one even hinted at the details of my brain savant, such as the fact that I'm a triple brain savant and the fact that my brain savant powers increase over time, which means that I have to either be telling the truth or be psychic enough to read the report without anyone even hinting at it, which means that obviously I'm telling the truth. She knows this really well, due to which recently, less than a week ago, today's August the 15th, so this is literally 6 days ago, she was advertising with this dating ad of a girl kind of resembling her a little bit, I guess, right over there. Yeah. Except her hair is a lot bigger, and I guess, yeah, that's so the really dirty ad continued on there. Well, now she has braids, but before I went to Russia, that's how she looked like. Her hair was like all over the place. But this is the same thing, really dirty ad right over here. Kelly keeps sending me all day and night long. This is also less than a week ago, literally 6 days ago. Okay, this is not some James Bond mission to get like info out of me. There's nothing out of me that anyone would need. I'd had a brain scanner attached to my brain for years before I even knew about it. So Kelly is literally doing this due to being a gold digger and due to no other reason why. She would just literally send me these all day, night long, really dirty pictures on my phone all day, night long. And then obviously it tried to encourage me to get a credit card loan to run around with her. As many ads as possible of anyone that she could find, even resembling her in the least bit, she would try to send me ads for, and naked pictures on my phone all day, night long. That I would use on there, and then dating apps with girls that would resemble her. This is only 3 days ago, 8:07 p.m., only 3 days ago. Same thing. This is also a dating app that she was sending me, okay? And then more dirty pictures on my phone being sent to me by Kelly from law enforcement, obviously. And then this is just from yesterday, last night, August the 15th, same L'Oreal Paris ad that is supposed to represent her. And then the same thing, this is last night, 2 hours after midnight, saying with the booking.com ad for me to go run around with her. And then today, this morning in the afternoon, a L'Oreal Paris ad basically saying that I can have straight hair only due to the fact that her hair, if they're not braids, they're all over the place, which is why she's keep on putting these ads on there. So yeah, the thing that I have to let everyone know about is Kelly from law enforcement is only pissed off and angry at the fact that I do not want to go with her. I don't. No one goes with strangers, and yes, and obviously I'm not going to go with her. So that is the only reason that she is angry and saying all these things against me. The thing that Kelly from law enforcement might try to argue is the fact that she might try to say that, oh, he could do this thing that's bad or that thing that's bad. Anyone can do bad things. The probability has to be checked on what the probability of this person doing a bad thing is. Fact of the matter is, before July 1st, 2023, I did not know there was a brain scanner attached to my brain, and they monitored my brain and my thoughts for years, finding out that I never once thought about harming an individual or a group of people. Instead, they found that when I would meet people, whether they were Orthodox Jewish people with long beards, giving me advice on things like zinc that I could take, I would love them in my heart way more than I would normal people, only due to realizing that they had long beards, and they were dressed up a little differently, and that people might be racist towards them. And only due to this fact, I would give them more love and more respect than I would normal people, the average person that I would meet. I treated everyone with the utmost level of love and the utmost level of respect possible. I loved and respected each and every single person I met, regardless of what their race, religion, or ethnicity could be. It could be Christian people or Jewish people or Orthodox Jewish people with long beards. I loved and respected each and every single one of these people. In fact, the Jewish people with Orthodox Jewish people that I would meet, I would give them more love and respect, not just outside, but also inside in my heart, as the brain scanner would clearly prove from the facts and evidences of my brain data being analyzed for years while I met these people as a clear proof of evidence and nothing else. So yes, these facts and evidences clearly prove that I have lower chances of wanting to do anyone any harm, especially due to their race, religion, or ethnicity, just like how my mother raised me to be like, as the facts and evidences will clearly also show that my mother raised me to be like this throughout my entire life, and she's never been heard uttering one word considered bad her entire life. Clearly proven from facts and evidences that this is how I've been raised, and my mother's not low IQ, dumb, or stupid due to the fact that she fulfilled her promise when I became even slightly mentally mature as a child. It was all her doing, and I could not choose it myself as a child. And she fulfilled her promise that she made to law enforcement when I was an 11-year-old child, making sure I was never in any settings with any of the law enforcement BFFs ever again. Whereas law enforcement's in those settings right now as we speak. The sex schemes with Uncle Joey's in-laws starting 2001, still being run right now. Money fraud still being run right now. Only stopped about 2 months ago. Clearly proving from facts and evidences my mother is not dumb or stupid. She's way smarter than law enforcement, who are dumb and stupid. Still running their sex scenes with Uncle Joey's in-laws starting from 2001, so very stubbornly run even right now. Money fraud is very stubbornly run only about until 2 months ago. So yes, it's not my mother who's dumb and stupid. It's law enforcement. She fulfilled her promise the moment I became even slightly mentally mature. So basically, the way my mother raised me is what the brain scanner evidence will clearly show and prove to the courts, that I do not I loved and respected everyone of every race, religion, ethnicity, all the same. In fact, the people that were Orthodox Jewish people that I would meet with long beards, I gave them more love and more respect inside my heart as outside, due to the fact that I understood that other people could be racist to get worse than due to the fact that their appearance might look a little different or things of that sort of nature. You have to understand these facts, and these facts clearly prove beyond a reasonable doubt that I have that I have lower chance of doing something bad to someone than any normal human being out there, mainly due to the fact that my chances and probability has been measured for years using a brain scanner evidence of my thoughts for years before July 1st, 2023, when I was told about a brain scanner, whereas normal human beings, their thoughts processes have never been measured, they've never been checked or anything of that sort of nature, whereas my thought processes have been measured and checked for years before July 1st, 2023, proving from facts and evidences that not only did I love people of different races, religions, ethnicities, especially if they looked a little different than normal people, only due to the way that my mother raised me, at facts and evidences clearly prove that this is exactly how she raised me to be like, to the point that if I told my mother that I'm going to marry a Jewish girl, she gives me such a great answer at the mall that I would be like, man, if only I asked her this at home. This is literally how she raised me to be like, and this is how I became, as the facts and evidences clearly prove from brain scanner evidence, clearly proving from facts and evidences from my brain as being analyzed in thought processes for years before July 1st, 2023, and the fact that I never once thought about harming one individual ever in my life. Clearly proving from facts and evidences that I have a lower chance of being this kind of a person than any normal human being out there, since their brain thoughts have not been analyzed for years and years using artificial intelligence and a brain scanner, whereas mine has. Clearly proving from facts and evidences that these claims that Kelly from law enforcement is trying to claim about me, that I could harm someone or do something bad, I have a lower chance of doing so than normal human beings do. And Kelly from law enforcement is clearly only saying these things about me due to the fact that I refuse her request despite her getting really dirty with me and sending me really dirty, sexually explicit pictures all day, night long, and that these only started after June 7th, the night of June 7th, after May 21st was overanalyzed, and then recently after June 24th was overanalyzed, and on July 18, I had already predicted using a video that Kelly from law enforcement was going to get really dirty with her pictures and ads that she was sending me, and she did get very dirty with her pictures and ads that she was sending me, as I just showed right now, only to try to seduce me into going with her, and I refused nonetheless, even after then, due to which now she has no option but to try to convince the courts that I could do something bad, even though I have a lower chance of doing so, since I had a brain scanner attached to my brain for years before July 1st, 2023, and I loved and respected every single person of every race, religion, ethnicity, just like how my mother raised me, as the facts and evidence is clearly proved. And not only that, I've never once thought of harming anyone in any way, shape, or form possible. Instead, I would love and respect people of different races, religion, and ethnicities much more than and I would love and respect people, different races, religions, and ethnicities, especially if they looked a little different, just like how my mother has raised me to be like, as the facts and evidences from the brain scanner will clearly show the courts. Kelly is only saying these things about me due to her extreme envy of my brain savant money going to some other girl instead of her, despite her trying very aggressively to try to seduce me, especially after July 18. That is the only reason she's doing this, whereas I have much lower chance of doing any harm to any individual in this or on this planet than any normal human being, because my brain thoughts have been monitored using a brain scanner, and proving from facts and evidences that I love people of different religions, races, and ethnicities, and never hated a single person, never wanted any bad thing to happen, to wish anything bad on anyone of any race, religion, ethnicity ever in my life, just like how my mother has raised me, from facts and evidences clearly proving so. Me and my mother being washed since I was an 11-year-old child, and her never uttering one word considered bad racist in any way, shape, or form, and after I gained a slight bit of mental maturity as a child, never even being remotely in a setting where anything even remotely considered bad could have been said around me ever in my life. So these facts and evidences have to clearly be seen to know and realize that Kelly from law enforcement is just a gold digger who's only running after money, after seeing that She tried to aggressively seduce me after July 18, after I had already predicted that she would try to do so, very aggressively try to seduce me, and still failing. She now has no choice but to try to enviously lock up my brain savant, only so that no other girl can profit off of what she knows that she cannot. Thank you.